Ever feel like God interrupted the life you planned? Welcome back to the Daily Dig. In Luke 1:38, truth tells us, Mary responded, "I am the Lord's servant. May everything you have said about me come true." Consider this. We often imagine Mary as calm, completely prepared for what God asked of her. But the truth is, her life was interrupted. She had traditions and duties, plans, expectations, a future she assumed would unfold in a certain way, considering the life she was raised in. And then God stepped in, not with a suggestion, but with a calling so unbelievable that it would change everything. Imagine what that must have felt like for her. Her reputation at risk, her future uncertain, her path suddenly completely unfamiliar. God didn't ask Mary to understand the entire story. He didn't give her a timeline. He didn't explain how people would react or how hard it would be. He asked for trust. And maybe that's where this meets us. Because there are moments when God interrupts our plans too. A door closes, a certain path just shifts, or a calling unfolds that doesn't look like what we imagined. And in those moments, it can feel less like a blessing and more like loss, painful at times. But hear this gently, my friend. An interruption is not the same as a mistake. Sometimes God interrupts not to take something from you, but to bring something through you. Mary's yes didn't come from having clarity. It came from having trust. And maybe today, God isn't asking you to have everything figured out either. Maybe He's just inviting you to trust Him in the interruption. If this is you, if your life hasn't unfolded the way you planned and you've been quietly grieving the version of the future you expected, God sees you, and your story isn't off track. It may just be unfolding differently than you imagined. Different isn't always a bad thing either. Let me know in the comments if this resonates with you and pray with me. God, for the one whose plans were interrupted, bring peace to what feels unsettled, unfinished. Help them to trust you when the path feels unfamiliar and a little scary. And remind them that you are still writing a beautiful story, even now. In Jesus' name, amen.